details shared on Signal, and how did you learn that a journalist was privy to the targets, the types of weapons used?
I've heard I was characterized. Nobody was texting war plans, and that's all I have to say about that.
Right,
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
That's it. The NSC said it was authentic.
Nobody's texting war plans.
Kazu, you're up.
I know exactly what I'm doing, exactly what we're directing, and I'm really proud of what we accomplished. Nobody's texting war plans. You know who sees war plans? I see them every single day. I looked at them this morning.
Hello and welcome to Liberal Breakdown. We have a major national security scandal unfolding, and if this involved a Democrat, Republicans would be screaming for resignations and congressional hearings right now. But because it's Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, suddenly it's just a mistake we should all move on from. Well, sorry, but we're not moving on. Here's what happened. Pete Hegseth, along with other senior Trump officials, was using Signal, a private messaging app, to discuss the timing of a U.S. military strike against Houthi rebels in Yemen. Sounds bad already, right? But it gets worse, because someone on the call who, let's be real, probably shouldn't be in charge of anything, accidentally added a journalist from The Atlantic, giving him a front row seat to classified military information. And now, both Republicans and Democrats are outraged. Many are calling for Hegseth's resignation.
I'm sure everybody out there has had a contact where it was said one person and then a different phone number.
But you've never talked to him before, so how's the number on your phone? Someone sent you that
It gets
contact.
sucked in.
Was there someone else supposed to be on the chat that wasn't on the chat that you thought was
So
on
the
chat?
person that I thought was on there was never on there. It was this
Who
guy.
was that? What person?
Well, I'm not. Look, okay. Laura, I take responsibility. I built the.
So what's next? Is his time as defense secretary running out? Or is the Trump administration just going to sweep this under the rug? Let's break it all down. All right, so let's go step by step. A few days ago, Pete Hegseth and other senior officials, including National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, were planning a military strike against Houthi rebels in Yemen. Now, normally this kind of thing happens in secured, classified environments. But instead, these brilliant minds decided, hey, let's just text about it on Signal, a commercial messaging app. And here's where the real disaster happens. Journalist Jeffrey Goldberg from The Atlantic was accidentally added to the group chat. So instead of just government officials talking about an imminent military strike, a reporter got to watch everything unfold in real time. Jeffrey Goldberg later leaked the entire conversation. And just like that, sensitive military details were exposed to the world. The launch times of fighter jets, the expected arrival of drones, the exact timing of the attack. All of it. At this point, we have to ask, how does something like this even happen? This isn't just some minor slip-up. This is a textbook example of a national security failure. Imagine if a hostile country or bad actor had intercepted that chat. The damage could have been catastrophic. Now, the fallout has been immediate. And here's the crazy part. Even Republicans who normally defend everything Trump's administration does are criticizing Hegseth. Senator Kevin Cramer admitted that this was a serious mistake, calling it the first strike against the administration. He literally said, maybe this is worse too. And let's be real, when even GOP senators are grading your failures like a baseball game, you know you screwed up. Then there's Senate Majority Leader John Thune, RSD, who straight up said Hegseth and his team need to own this mistake. He told reporters, I think the important thing here is these guys made a mistake. They know it. They should own it and fix it so it never happens again. And some Republicans are asking the real question. Why was this information being texted in the first place? Senator Yoni Ernst said she doesn't understand why operational details about an active mission were even being shared outside the strike force. I mean, really? Was this group chat just another casual conversation for Hegseth? Also, here's when our drones will strike a military target. Meanwhile, Democrats are not holding back. Senate Leader Chuck Schumer has officially called for Hegseth's firing, saying this was a national security breach of the highest level.
Mr. President, yesterday it was reported that classified war plans were leaked by the Secretary of Defense over unsecured text messages. These text exchanges, confirmed by the administration as authentic, included the Defense Secretary, the National Security Advisor, the CIA Director, the Vice President of the United States, and, unintentionally, a journalist with no security clearance. For the Defense Secretary to coordinate war plans in such a haphazard and dangerous way puts our national security, our troops, and every single American at risk. They intentionally put highly classified information on an unclassified device. Every single senator, Democrat and Republican and Independent, must demand accountability. These people, Secretary Hegseth and so many others, are clearly not up for the job. We warned that confirming them was dangerous, that they would behave recklessly, and unfortunately, we were right.
House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries took it even further. He wrote a letter to Trump warning that Hegseth's continued presence in the Pentagon threatens our national security and puts American troops in danger. Translation? Fire him now. Even Senator Susan Collins, who did vote to confirm Hegseth, called this an egregious failure. And she said it's up to Trump to decide whether Hegseth should stay or go. But let's be real. Does anyone actually think Trump is going to fire him? All right, so let's sum this up. We have a defense secretary who compromised national security by leaking sensitive strike information, lied about it even after the evidence was clear, is being criticized by both Republicans and Democrats, has now lost credibility on the world stage. And despite all of this, the Trump administration is still trying to downplay the scandal. So here's my question. Should Pete Hegseth resign?
Nobody's texting war plans. Well, I noticed this morning out came something that doesn't look like war plans. And as a matter of fact, they even changed the title to attack plans because they know it's not war plans. There's no units, no locations, no routes, no flight paths, no sources, no methods, no classified...
Oh, here we go again. Pete Hegseth caught red-handed. And what does he do? Deny, deny, deny. I just watched his latest interview and wow. Instead of taking any accountability for literally texting military strike details on a public app, he is acting like nothing happened. Bro, we have the receipts. The National Security Council confirmed the messages were real. The journalist who got added to the chat saw everything. But Hegseth? Nope, he's sticking to the script. Nobody's texting war plans. Oh, really? So those leaked messages just magically appeared? Are we supposed to believe that? At this point, he's not just ignoring reality, he's insulting our intelligence. The funniest thing in this case is that the judge who is handling the case is the man who Donald Trump hates, because he denies almost everything of him. Judge Boasberg got another one of his cases. Again. Like, at this point, Boasberg and Trump should just get a reality show called You're Denied, The Courtroom Chronicles. I mean, let's talk about this. First, Boasberg blocks Trump's crazy deportation flights. Trump rages. Then he gets another Trump case. More raging. And now, he's overseeing the signal leak case where Trump's people accidentally invited a journalist to their top-secret war plans group chat. You cannot make this up. And of course, Trump's response? The same tired playbook. The system is rigged. The courts are corrupt. Boasberg is after me. Like, dude, it's random. The cases were assigned randomly. You just have incredibly bad luck. Or maybe karma is real? And let's not forget the best part. Trump's own people admitted this was a mistake. Even Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio, and Tulsi Gabbard are like, yeah, we kind of messed up. But Trump? Nope. He just shrugs it off like he didn't just put national security in a group chat with the wrong people. So now Boasberg is handling 4 Trump-related cases. 4. If Trump wasn't so busy whining on Truth Social, he'd realize what we're all thinking. Maybe stop breaking the law and you wouldn't have to see this judge so often.
Why do you think Secretary Hegseth should resign?
I think he should resign because he put those pilots in danger. Look at the text chain. That's my response was immediately after I read the actual text chain that showed him putting up on this unsecured platform, the drones are going to strike. And then he put down exactly how long it was going to be until the F-18s were going to be over the target area. If anybody had compromised that chain, those pilots could have been in danger. And that's why I was so upset. And I used my Army language in that text because he is the guy that's leading the military and he put those pilots in direct danger. And by the way, if I were our allies, if I were the UK or any of our allies, I would think twice about sharing intelligence with us in the future because we've shown that our Secretary of Defense, our national intelligence community, does not know how to safeguard classified information.
If Tammy Duckworth, a combat veteran who has actually put her life on the line for this country, calls you out for endangering pilots, maybe, just maybe, you should listen. She straight up exposed Hegseth for what he did. And she's right. He threw critical military details into a group chat like it was a fantasy football league. Like, how do you, as Secretary of Defense, not immediately realize, hey, maybe I shouldn't be texting out strike details where just anyone can see them? That's dangerous. Why would they trust us when the guy leading the U.S. military can't even keep his own messages secure? I mean, she answered immediately. That's wrong. And you know what? She didn't hesitate, because this isn't some minor mistake. He put pilots' lives at risk, and now he's out here deflecting instead of owning up to it. So yeah, resignation, that's the bare minimum. Every veteran knows if you do this such things, you go to jail. That's it for today. I hope to see you in the next video. Have a blessed day, and don't forget to subscribe.